Hey guys, how's it going? Captain Foley with you yet again for another live hangout. Just chatting about stuff and things and hoping some of you guys will join me. Got a little bit of time to kill today, not much. I have been out doing Christmas shopping, getting stuff done today. There's other stuff I need to do, but kind of want to hang out with you guys. So hello Michael, thank you for joining me. Looks like you're the only one here. Thomas Potts is here. Thomas Potts, you have anything better to do than wait for people to go live? Dan23 says hi. Tony, permission granted. Knight Bratcher, hello. Bird of Prey, how's it going? Hope you are feeling good today, sir. Doc, Dan, Aaron. So hello everyone, thank you for joining me. We're just gonna, as usual, be checking out some stuff on some random stuff and just chatting, hanging out with you guys. So Patrick is here, Simon, Marnin, Zarkon de Grissom. So thank you very much guys for watching. This is unannounced, unplanned, live, and I love it. So so this is a refit dreadnought that I actually really like. This is not the Federation class. This is a different class. Not sure what class this is specifically, although this one says the USS Andromeda. So hello Captain, how are you? I am good. I am tired. I've had an exhausting day and just got home and thought, well, instead of doing the other stuff I need to, I'm going to chat with you guys. Now that's a beautiful ship. That is a beautiful ship. I simply love dreadnoughts. I love 3 nacelle designs. Not true of every 3 nacelle design. The Niagara class I do not like. A Foley class refit. No, it's not. The Foley class refit will be quite different than this actually. But some type of Alexander and some Hercules of Hector and Lysander and such great names as these. but the Andromeda is my ship. Cool. I'd like to ask if Klingon Bird of Prey can fire from the rear, because one did in Deep Space Nine, Way of the Warrior Part 2. We covered that in our Bird of Prey episode. It does say that it has a rear firing torpedo tube. We can't for the life of us find it. So what do you think about Axanar starting backup production? It's about time. They have been promised, after the lawsuit settled, they knew they could do 2 15-minute pieces. They've kind of been biding their time, but they have their bridge set done, which is awesome looking, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. What did you do today? Christmas shopping? Yes, I was doing some Christmas shopping and a few other things. It's coming up in that time of year where it's going to be busy. Later this week I have a live auction. I'm donating some of my Eagle Moss ships and things to a auction at my wife's work. So I'm going to be there for the last half of the week. I'll probably be doing some lives from there as well, maybe, because the people at her work will be able to bid on the stuff, and all the proceeds from that go to the Ronald McDonald House charity. So second year I've done that. Donated a bunch of stuff I got from Loot Crate and a bunch of other stuff that I've gotten, because I do get free samples from Eagle Moss and things like that. And what better way to put them to good use than to auction them off and have all the proceeds go to charities. So that's the last half of the week. That's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that is happening. So the afternoon I'll be there. I might do a few lives from there. I'm not sure yet how that's going. So looks like a Constitution class converted into a Dreadnought class. Yeah, pretty much. It's just the extension on the neck there is pretty much the only real difference. But I have no problem with that. It's actually well done. So I can't wait for Trek Prime, waiting for Axanar with eager excitement and hoping CBS lifts the stupid 30-minute limit. They won't lift that. There is good news, though. Gary Graham is coming back as Saval. And I know one of the guideline rules for fan films is no actors reprising their roles. So I don't know. I don't know what is up with that. By the way, I found out that Hallmark sells stands with just legacy light sockets that work with... Oh, really? Because I asked them about that, and they said that they didn't have any. That it would have to be like a third-party manufacturer to do that. Ugh. I gotta find some then, because that's cool. You'll get Trek Prime when the Picard series premieres next year. It's supposed to premiere this year. Well, 2019. I'm already rolled into the next year. But yes, late next year. I don't know about that though, because I haven't even started production really, so... They're on their website. Good to know. Hello, Scottish Trekkie. Wow, a lot of people watching. I am impressed. Thank you very much for joining me, guys. As always, you know the rules. If you guys want to contribute via PayPal, there's a PayPal link down below. Head on over to our Patreon if you want to help us on a monthly basis, or any super chats would be greatly welcome. Again, you don't need to do that. I just wanted to come on here and chat with you guys. But I appreciate anything you guys can help with. Planet Express puts in $20. I think that's Australian. What is up, Captain Foley? Not too much. Like I said, I've just had a busy day and needed to unwind, decompress a little bit, and hanging out with you guys always cheers me up. Getting to have conversations with you, answer your questions, things like that. So thank you very much for the super chat. It's greatly appreciated. It'll definitely fill the coffers of Trekyards. We're going to be doing quite a few trips next year. Well, at least 2 major trips, and we got some really fantastic Indiegogo perks for those. So I am looking forward to that. And getting some cool merch and stuff in your guys' hands. Speaking of which, if you want some Trekyards merch, there is a Teesprings Trekyards store. Please click the link down in the description below to head on over there and pick up some cool Trekyards merchandise. Again, that's all very helpful, and it's some cool stuff for you guys. And I love how T-Press or Teespring allows us to sell the merchandise, but still they take care of the shipping and all the customer service and stuff. So that's absolutely phenomenal. Marlena Moreau says hi all. Hi Trekyards. Hello Marlena, nice to see you. Fat Produce says I watched Generations the other day and I forgot how much of a train wreck the plot was in that movie. You know, I didn't mind Generations so much. It felt like very much felt like a souped up on steroids TNG episode. And plus we got some more classic crew movie era Trek, which is awesome. So I really like that. Patrick says fan films are extremely hit or miss with me. New Voyages Phase 2, Star Trek Continues, Renegades, Of Gods and Men, Saladin, Farragut, all I can stand. Well, that's the fan film thing. I mean, some of them are great, some of them are mediocre, some of them are not so great. A lot of them have great ideas, great scripting, not great acting. Visual effects are not always the best, but Captain Foley, you need to link the Trekyards store to the Trekyards webpage. Anti-Trekyard cannot get to your merchandise page. That's because we haven't updated the website in a while. If you want the merch, it's in the description of every video, so I don't know how you found it hard to find that. All the relative stuff is there. And if you want to do a PayPal donation, so YouTube doesn't scoop 30% of it, you can do so. That is now added down there as well. Peter asks, how's it going? It is going well. Tom Zexoros 48. Hey Captain, did you see the video of Midnight Edge where he deciphered all the back scenes drama on Discovery? It reveals that the visual differences on the Enterprise are contractually needs to be 25% different. Yes, we knew that way long ago, and I've reported on such a few times, and even talked to John Eves and a few people about that. I think it's bullshit personally, but they need a reason to put their stank on it and to piss all over it and say we made that, so that's their excuse, and I just hate it. Did you get my mom's order at Trekyards? She said you did. Yes, I believe so. We didn't handle that. That was through Everpress. So those shirts, the minimum order was fulfilled, so those will be shipped out. You should have them by Christmas. By the way, you should get copies of the TOS and TNG versions of Flux, the card game. Not a huge card game fan, but I'll consider that. Thank you. Do you think that Discovery should have been set post Voyager based on the tech? Absolutely. Would have been perfect. Even the Klingons would have made more sense. Yeah, I had seen the Midnight Edge video. I'm hoping for Axanar, but holding back opinions until I see it. I'm only into fan films for the ships, uniforms, weapons, and aliens. It gives me my own idea for stuff. Hey, anyone excited for the new Picard show or worried that CBS will do to him? I'm worried what CBS will do to him. Apparently Patrick Stewart has told them to do their own thing, to do something creative and something new, and that scares me quite a bit. So... yeah, it sucks that they can make money out of side products. Ooh, that's a perfect display right there. Look at that. Just throw me right there. Dun dun dun. Nice user interface. I don't even know what this is from, but it's pretty fantastic. So anyway, guys, hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're getting ready for Christmas or holidays, whatever you have going on. I know today's the last day of Hanukkah, I believe. So happy Hanukkah to everyone. Happy holidays to everybody else. Merry Christmas. Whatever. Just do your thing. Be safe. Hopefully you have everything organized. You're not spreading yourself too thin as far as time and money goes for the holiday season. Ooh, what is the user interface? Damn, I don't know what this is from, but damn, it is cool. I agree. Chive Bacon puts in $10. Thank you very much, Mr. Bacon. I love bacon. You're inspiring me to add some extra detail painting to my Eagle Moss ships. Are you still working on your Katinga? This one? Yeah, it's not Eagle Moss, but it's... I've got some of the feathering over here. Come on. It's, there. Got some of the feathering done. Detailing. It's going to need a wash or two, a pin wash to get some more realistic weathering on there. But I still got this wing to do, the bottom. Got a bunch of different stuff to do with it. But yes, I am still working on it. So... have an agreeable logic day. Brightest Star wasn't that bad. It was alright. It had its moments. Do you play any of the Trek mobile apps? I tried the latest one and thought it was shite. Haven't gone into Timeline. I haven't been on Timelines for a long time. And the new one, Fleet Command, is... I played it for maybe 10-15 minutes and just got bored really quick, so haven't gone back to it. Hey, Captain, what is your opinion on the Enterprise E? Tony throws in $5. Thank you very much for the super chat, Tony. My thought on the Enterprise E is it's a fantastic ship. There are a few things I would change with it. Personally, I would make it have more of a neck, change the struts a little bit, and thicken up the profile view because it seems very, very tight and squat. But yeah, that's where I stand with the Enterprise E. Timeline is a microtransaction fest. Yeah, once you get stuck on certain missions, you don't have the right crew or whatever, it definitely becomes that. Absolutely. It's hard to get by. Dan23, trailers for Star Trek app games look better than the actual games. Yep, that's often the case, sadly. We need some better Trek games. Star Trek Adversaries isn't too bad, but again, I haven't played that in quite a while either. Thoughts on Star Command? I don't know anything about Star Command really, so My fear is that CBS will destroy Trek as they strip mine the franchise for all it's worth to compete in the online streaming wars. Anyone share that fear? I certainly do. I don't think they'll destroy Trek by any means. If anything, it's just more Trek in the reserves for people to watch and love or hate. I mean, not everybody's going to love Discovery. A lot of people do love Discovery. More Trek is always a good thing. I don't think they'll ever destroy it. I don't even think that Disney destroyed Star Wars, because there's a lot of people that love The Last Jedi. It's just one of those things that new things are always good, whether they're good or not, to be honest, because somebody will always enjoy it and bring them into the franchise and make them want to watch more. So, but I do agree with you, Simon. Yes. Ooh, Planet Express puts in 50 Australian dollars. What is your favorite model size for ships? Scale modeling? I've got a lot of 2500 scale. I love the little smaller ships. That Katinga I showed you was 5/37 scale, which is the old AMT Enterprise scale. That's not a bad scale at all, actually. I really do like the 350 TOS Enterprise and the 350 kit bashes I've seen. However, 350s are expensive, and but there's been some fantastic work done on those. So 350 is definitely up there as one of my favorite scales. But honestly, 2500 scale, the smaller ones, are very cool, and I really like those. Eagle Moss, I wish they would scale things a little bit better. As they do, they just scale them to fit them in the box. I wish there was a consistent, or even a special edition 2-scale set from Eagle Moss of something. I think that'd be fantastic. And one of the things actually I suggested just the other day, based on a comment on Trekyards, was that Eagle Moss should do cutaway bridges. You know, the little TOS bridge with the cutaway. You can put it together. You can still look in the top and see all the consoles. They don't have to light up necessarily, but that'd be cool. But you can take one of the pie pieces out and have it like on a shelf so you can see inside. That would be awesome. You could do the TOS, the Wrath of Khan, Star Trek 6, Voyager, Enterprise D. You could do all the bridges. That would be an awesome set that I think a lot of people would be very interested in. So if you want that to happen, you should email Eagle Moss and suggest it. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, I am too. I hope the Picard series goes well. I don't know if it will, but Trekyards. So you ever hear they worked in the background material from the first Discovery novel into the show for the first 2 episodes? I did not hear that. I don't know which novel you're talking about specifically. I don't have Netflix, so I can't watch Discovery. That's a shame. In your opinion, in the battle between the Enterprise E and the Klingon Negvar, who would win? I would have to go with the Enterprise E. It is pretty loaded up with weapons. It's got the quantum torpedo launchers. It's got a good size. Oh no, against the Negvar? Yeah, oh, okay. Negvar's the bigger guy. I was thinking the Cavort. Not the Cavort, the oh my god, I can't even think today. The other Klingon ship. I don't know. I would say the Enterprise, the Sovereign class would probably pull that out of a good victory. It's very, very maneuverable for a big battleship, for sure. Good evening, Captain, my Captain. Hello, Martin. Good evening to you. I feel like Diamond Select makes more accurate Star Trek ship models lately. Have you seen their work? Yes, I have. However, all of the Diamond Select or Art Asylum ships have issues, especially with the lights. They don't do light blocking, so the lights, you know, shine through the hole where they're not supposed to, and there's a lot of mistakes on each one of them. I haven't done any reviews of them, but I have seen a few, and I've got a bunch of them, and there are some mistakes for sure. Yeah, so let me just Yes, the Vorcha. Thank you, guys. You could do an episode about the Ares Bridge. Sets are almost finished. The problem with that is we've done Axanar stuff before, and we got bashed for it huge by the Axamonitor guys and the detractors of Axanar. They really went after us. So Axanar is a fine line to walk, because we know a lot of people that work with CBS as well. We don't want to pick favorites or pick sides. I mean, talking about just the bridge shouldn't be an issue. Once the actual fan film comes out talking about more of the ships or whatever, shouldn't be an issue. We just can't focus on the behind the scenes stuff of it or the politics of it, unfortunately. So hey Cap, did you get the bottom plate of the Eagle Moss Viper model glued back? I haven't tried that yet. It's been put in the packaging. I haven't even revisited it. No. Simon Smith, I desperately want new Trek content to be good, but I'm worried that they are relying more on branding than content, ruining the spirit of Trek rather than the lucrativeness of the brand. But the spirit of Trek is still always there and always will be with TOS and TNG and Voyager. You're not gonna lose that. It's not going away. It's just the new Trek doesn't reflect it as much, so newer fans might not understand it. But we're not losing it by any means, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah. Who cares? The detractors can get bent. The problem is it affects us, and we get a bad rep in that community. And you know, Trekyards were branded as Axanar lovers or Axanar supporters for a long time, and took us a while to get away from that. It's a pain in the ass. It really is. It's a fine line to walk, and a lot of channels don't care because they don't have the connections to the people that we do. We just don't want to step on any toes or cause any problems, and it's a real fine line that we walk. So there are 3 Discovery novels last time I checked. And the spirit of Star Trek lives in the fan films too. Yeah, absolutely. This ship is one of my favorites, the USS Andor. It's a facet design, and I just love this ship. This is a beautiful ship. I got the little miniature of it up here. That little facet miniature from back in the day. Just a cool design. I want to see one of those on screen at some point. That would be cool. As long as Trekyards and its community continues to exist, the spirit of Trek will survive. Well, thank you. Does anybody feel the same way I do about CBS? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of CBS. I don't know what kind of stick they have up their ass, but they need to step back and rethink their politics a little bit, rethink their tactics and their treatment of the fans, in my opinion. Love the Andor class. I use that in Star Trek Legacy. That still reminds me of a Cardassian Galore class. Actually, I never noticed that, but now that you said it, I kind of agree with you. Damn. Well, there you go. Take a D7. That's one of the Starfleet Battles D7s. You can see the actual phaser embankments right there. They're actually on swivel mounts. So, my favorite chef is the one from Ship in a Bottle, Next Generation. Favorite chef? Can't remember that. Can't picture what you're talking about. Any word on a Viacom merger might get us proper Trek again outside of Axanar? I haven't heard anything about that either, unfortunately. Ship, not chef. Oh, okay. Big difference there. Ship in a bottle, which I still can't picture what you're talking about. Best ship in Trek, Klingons Rock. Yeah, I love the D7. It's got such a Predator look to it. Just that mean look is very exemplified, and I agree with you 100%. They should have had these mounts on the original. It makes more sense than having everything locked into one arch. Fire like the bird. Look, there's Taylor's brain scan. And look, there's Captain Foley. I'm overlaid on Tyler Vok. Ash. I can't do the Klingon language. I'm sorry. Ash. There we go. There's my Klingon. I love the idea the Federation captured Katinga class. I worry about the neck of the D7 being a target, but it probably is hard to hit. Oh, yeah. And as we've talked about with Doug Drexler, having the bridge on top, it's an easy target. But a ship's only as good as your defenses, as your shielding. Once your shielding's down, you're screwed no matter where you are on that ship. You can slice through a hull pretty quickly to get to a bridge module if it's in the middle. So it's kind of an invalid argument. I have yet to find someone who shares my favorite in terms of ships. The USS Cygnus from the Black Hole is not the prettiest, but it's a model making masterpiece. Yeah, the Cygnus is fantastic. We actually, Rob Bonchoon, one of the guys that worked on Voyager and stuff, good friend of ours, Samuel and mine, and he's a huge fan of the Cygnus. He wants us to do the Cygnus for an episode of Trekyards, and we're definitely considering it. It is a cool ship. I do love the Black Hole, so who knows. So, 2 Quatlos on the newcomer. What newcomer? What? Foley doing Klingon better than Star Trek Discovery. Bach. Maltz. Choi. Chu. That's real Klingon. You ever notice Midnight Edge never gives citations or links to his information? Never noticed, but I've noticed with Doomcock as well. He says he has inside sources at CBS that say, you know, Discovery's in trouble, Discovery's shutting down, but now apparently they just added 2 episodes. So I think I know who Doomcock's sources are, and they've tried talking to us over the years when Trekyards was brand new, and maybe 15% of what their information is correct. The rest is all bullshit. So you got to be careful what your sources are. Hey, Captain, when is the Captain's chair being pulled out for another public showing? Not sure right now. Not sure at all. If Discovery time traveled, which TV crew should interact with it? TOS not included. Voyager. It should, like, spore jump to the Delta Quadrant by mistake and run into Voyager or something. That'd be cool. Planet Express puts another 10 Australian dollars in. Thank you very much. Love your channel. Well, thank you, Planet Express. We try our best. And speaking of channels, if you haven't joined the Captain Foley personal channel on YouTube, please do so. I'm uploading a lot of the older videos from the Trekyards channel, like 5+ years ago, showing off my collection onto my Captain Foley personal channel now. So if you haven't subscribed to Captain Foley personal channel, go check that out. Link is in the description below. Please subscribe to it and help me out that way. Watch the videos and things like that. But yeah, because the Trekyards channel as it exists now used to be my personal channel. So I had all my personal stuff on it for like 1.5 years or so. Then Samuel started talking to me. We came up with the idea for Trekyards. We started producing Trekyards. Should we start a new channel? We've already done a few episodes. Let's not. Let's just keep it here. Okay, fine. And then now we've got all these Trekyards episodes and all my old stuff, which still is Star Trek related. But anyway, the Captain Foley channel is going to be hosting that stuff from now on. So I'm uploading that stuff. So it's like new stuff. So people are watching it, and it's like 5 years ago, and I'm cringing because I wasn't very good at making videos back then. But that channel is going to focus on my other interests, like Transformers, Sherlock Holmes, swords, so many other things that I'm interested in other than Star Trek. G.I. Joe. There's already a G.I. Joe review out for the latest book that came out. So by all means, go subscribe to Captain Foley's personal channel, check it out, and help me out that way. Much appreciated. And watch the videos. They're only a few minutes long each, and I got to get I've got enough viewers and stuff for monetization, but I need to get my watch times up. I need 4,000 hours of watch time. I'm currently sitting at like 600 and some odd hours of watch time, and I have to get 4,000 within 12 months. I don't think that'll be an issue with the content I'm uploading. Plus, I'm going to be making new content. Try to do something new every week, maybe a few a week, talking about, you know, my sword collection or something like that. which might grab different people. But it's not Star Trek related, so I don't feel good about sharing it on the Trekyards site, because then people are like, this is Trekyards, why are you sharing this on your channel? Well, because we have 46,000 subscribers, and if I want people to see it, I might as well put it there so that it can get views and, you know, make a little bit of revenue for the channel. But then I thought I'll just make the other channel, I'll try to monetize it, and I just need people to watch the videos all the way through. They're only a few minutes. It all helps with the watch time. So you were on a brain like the gamesters of Triskelion, and they like to gamble and oh, okay, got you. I didn't put that together, but thank you. The Mr. Pete channel is halfway to the big time. Hello, he says. Well, hello, Mr. Pete channel. Until you have a batleth. I do have a batleth. There's one upstairs in the ready room, actually. I saw a trailer with the Smallville theme. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. I love the swords at Trekyards, considering I'm descended from Vikings and Picts and Celts. Well, we're all descended from somebody that used swords. Nice Romulan vessel. The forward-looking leaning struts look good on it. Yes, I do love the classic Romulan design. Although this is very rounded, more so than it should be, but I kind of like that look, actually. I'm sometimes on anti-tracker. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You have my condolences. Just kidding. I love Anti-Trekker's live streams. He's got a good community, good bunch of people to chat with. And don't forget, guys, I still have the animations. If you've put in a super chat and want to get an animation, just request a number between 1 and 20, or ask for a bonus one. There's here it is. There's the super chat rewards list. Look, astromech droids. So if you guys want an animation, I can definitely do those as well for you. This takes up a lot of room on the screen, the super chat thing. So throw me a number. Yeah, hashtag #MePoo, absolutely. If you don't know what hashtag #MePoo means, well then you need to get with the program, guys. Come on now. If the Romulan bird of prey was sublight only, why does it have nacelles and Bizarre collect? Why does it have Bizarre? Oh. Good question. It doesn't have standard Bizarre collectors. They're actually different, but there are different versions of that Romulan warbird. The canon one is, of course, yeah, sublight, which doesn't make much sense, but there we have it. In Starfleet Battles, there's the War King version, the War Eagle version, and they have phasers, they have more weapons. This thing is cool, the Prometheus-class strike cruiser. This is a Starfleet battleship. You can see the phaser banks on the back there. This is a cool-looking design, and it's so simplistic, so reminiscent of the TOS Constitution class. It just works beautifully. Beautiful ship, and this is, of course, done by Adam Turner, who does some fantastic Starfleet Battle stuff, as you will see on this channel quite a bit. I've never heard of swords, and it's too generic a term for Google. What should I search for? Swords, edged weapons. That's what I'm talking about. I collect swords, so. The TOS Romulan ships always looked like something out of Flash Gordon. A little bit. How is the drops frames today? Last night was bad for some of the animations. It's not the streaming software that it's bad for. It's the playback on my computer for some reason. Here, I'll play one and we can take a look. Let's go with... Ha! Just because of all the Discovery haters, there's a Discovery. That was super smooth today. No dropped frames, really. So... Trekyards, have you read the Star Trek Vanguard novels? Yes, I have read quite a few of them. I haven't read them all yet, but I want to. They are very good. And I highly recommend the Vanguard series, and I've recommended it many times. Remove the neck and join the saucer and secondary hull. Maybe. Hey, Mr. Foley, how many times do you think you've watched each series all the way through? Oh my God. Many. many, multiple times. I don't know. It's way too many. What a lot of wasted space that is. Bird of Prey, $2. Foley's choice for animation. Oh, wow. Thank you, sir. Let me go with one that's not usually in that queue. One that's not usually in the animations list. Where is it? Let's see. Okay, here we go. This is one of my favorites. This is one of the Captain Foley openings, but this is the one that doesn't have the word Captain Foley in it. So here you go. That's your bonus animation right there. TOS Enterprise in dry dock with worker bees, Saladin-class ships in the background. Beautiful animation. Beautiful. B-E-A-beautiful. Copy. Let's put that actually in there. Paste. I'll play another one too. Just this is one of my favorites as well. Yeah, sometimes my computer is running a little taxed for doing the OBS and streaming and Skype and all that, because there are other users in the house that are using the internet. So, will Captain Foley get his hands on the Borg's ultimate weapon, lore singing? Nope, absolutely not. Not interested, don't care. Someone's stealing the Enterprise. I'm on my way. This is a great Intrepid Voyager shot. So yeah, Planet Express, Tony, anybody that's super chatted already, if you guys want to see an animation, pick a number between 1 and 22. And, or just ask for a bonus. I will play it for you. How can you have a red alert in space dock? Sir, someone is stealing the Enterprise. I'm on my way. I got to grab my little scepter first, but I'm on my way. Because scepters are important. Also, guys, just so you know, the suggestion's been put out there yesterday by me to Samuel that the Saladin episode did so well that we're going to do the Ptolemy-class tug that is featured in the Franz Joseph Technical Manual as well. Same style episode, same as much information, so that we have the Franz Joseph ships done. We also have to remaster and redo everything for the Dreadnought episode, because I want to do a better Dreadnought episode. And don't worry, a Foley class episode will be on the way in the new year. So, there you go. I don't know when they'll be out. I haven't even started writing yet, but keep that in mind. Any projects with E.C. Henry or Resurrected Starships? We've had Eric Henry on our show quite a few times talking about his ship designs. So just search Trekyards, Eric Henry. You'll find some videos where he joins us. As for Resurrection Starships, I've talked to him. He loves our channel, but nothing in the works yet for a collab. I would love to do a collaboration with him, though. He does some great work. That was a swagger stick, not a scepter. Okay, I'll have to call it that from now on. That sounds lovely. I think his girlfriend or his wife probably loves that. You know what I'm saying? Probably got a few different settings on it. Captain, did Trekyards or did Captain Styles have a Klingon pain stick or something for disobedient crew? It could be. Maybe he was a Mirror Universe crossover guy like Lorca. Just had no desire to get back, maybe. Here is the refitted Larson class. I do have a TOS Larson class here. This is from Bill McRae, a friend of mine, who sent this for me because he knows the Larson class is one of my favorite designs. This is a Mirror Universe version, as you can see. But so here's the TOS version. Love the diversity in starships. There's just, you don't see enough of it on screen. Hey, did you guys make an episode on the Star Trek Online Concorde class? That's my favorite from it. Haven't done the Concorde class yet, no. Scepter was a swagger stick. It's used to beat crewmen into shape. There you go. So here's the D5 War Cruiser, which is like the D7, only a lot smaller. Let me move my ugly mug over here. And here you can see, again, there's the phaser emitters. This is Starfleet Battles again, so they're ball turret phaser emitters on the front. There's some there on the bottom. And there'd be some on the top as well, so. Otherwise known as the Saladin NX. Suppose so, suppose so. Look at these handsome fellows. I have to like shrink my head. There we go, that's better. Hey guys. I'm Captain Foley. How you doing today? I'm standing here with my arms crossed because this asshole over here has got an attitude. He thinks he's like all better than me and knows it all and all that jazz. But you know what? I'm the captain. I'm the captain around here. This asshole over here, he just some commander. Some commander feller. Anyway, so that's our avatars that we use a lot. And they're very well done. And I got to give props to Sean Turanjo, who drew these for us. He's the designer of the USS Titan. And yeah, we have 3D renders of ourselves as well, which we haven't actually had a chance to use yet, but yeah. I prefer the pinups. Oh yeah, a lot of people do. How many D5 remakes are there? There's like a few different versions of a D5 for sure. Starfleet Battles version, there's a FASA version, I think there's a FASA version. There's a Starfleet Museum version, which is really cool actually. What a pity that TOS didn't have more starships on screen. At least there's still FASA and Starfleet Battles. Exactly, and they're not going anywhere. They're always there. So, is there such a thing as a Klingon science ship? Oh, I'm sure there is. It's probably still loaded to the tits, but I'm sure there is one. Because not all Klingons are warriors, don't you know? You didn't think we were all warriors, did you? That's what Archer's lawyer says to him in that episode. Foley and Samuel as sexy Andorian pinups. Checking Rule 34 now. Hello, Captain. How's the Camaro going? The Camaro's going fine, except it's under a tarp. It's under a car cover. Not a tarp. I have a car cover for it. In the driveway, covered with snow right now because it snowed, and it's never been winter driven and never will be winter driven, so that's where we stand with that. Zarcone D. Grissom. Did I do a 3D render with the wrong D5? I don't know. Did you? Like I said, there are a few different versions of the D5. There she is. There she is. That's the Ptolemy class tug. That's probably going to be the next Franz Joseph one I do a write-up on. We do a script on. What shuttles does your Foley class have, and what type defense systems does it use? Just standard type F shuttles. I haven't really worked out shuttles yet. There might be a specific one that I designed for it. I don't know yet. And defensive systems, just standard defenses for the times. Post the render on Anti-Trekkers Discord. Which render? Snowman Frost. Stuart, you want new ship to analyze? Try to watch 2 short movies. Legendary Polski's Twardarski and Legendary Polski Twardarski 2.0. You will have lots of fun, and they are on YouTube for free. Okay, I'll have to check those out maybe. Any pictures of a Klingon shuttle? Oh, I'm sure I do somewhere, but I've got thousands of pictures. And the ones you're seeing right now are just my random desktop wallpaper. It's a Star Trek wallpaper folder. I mean, I could go into the Trekyards files, but you guys want to see the Trekyards files? Damn, son. Alright. Okay, here is the Trekyards stuff. That's what the folder is called. So we've got Axanar, B10, Borg Cube, Captain's Log, Chariot Class, Cutaways, Data Files, Delta Flyer Concept, Discovery, Discovery Bird of Prey, Adversaries Ordered, Discovery Concept, Drex Condoroga, Earth Romulan War, Foley Class, Inner Space, John Eves, Khitomer Accords, blah 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 blah. But that's not actually the Trekyards folder. Trekyards folder is right there. So this is where we've got a lot of the different ship bundles or folders of pictures ready to go for episodes that we've either done or haven't done or will be doing. So much shit. And then some random stuff that isn't in folders for some reason. But very likely should be. So it's just the Trekyards folder, and inside the Trekyards folder, and then there's a bunch of random stuff in here as well. Shots of my model, Foley Class Mark 1. Yeah, so that's that's that. So Axanar resume production. Resume production. What do you think? Well, I'm glad they did. First of all, I knew they were going to, because I knew that since day one after the lawsuit, that they could do 2 15-minute pieces, and if they do them documentary style, they can actually cram a lot in and cover a lot of the war without having it being a narrative style. Because Prelude to Axanar was documentary style, and it was fantastically done. So I don't know how they're going to go about it. Now that being said, I have seen the full Axanar script from Rob Burnett, the one that he wrote. I saw a rewrite by Alec Peters that are on this computer, which I can't show you guys. And I don't know how they're going to go with it. I haven't really talked to Alec much lately because, like I said, we can't really cover Axanar. We can't really be associated because it's just a pain in the ass. Geez, please have those files backed up somewhere. They are. High contrast color scheme? No, just custom color scheme. It's not high contrast. I don't like the white background. I prefer like the dark themes for YouTube and stuff. And I definitely could prefer my computer to have the black background with the green or blue writing. Very motion picture L-Cars style. Anyways, I'm off for the night. It's been a long day. Alright, see you, Peter. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a good night. What the hell was that sound? CBS should just hire them and do a new show. Who, us? I would love to help CBS do a new show. I want more Axanar ship reviews from you guys. The ones you did are great. Yeah, well, maybe we will. Go back and watch the old ones, though. Last time we saw the Camaro, you thought it had a coolant leak. Did it? Did it get fixed? It did have the thermostat on the top was leaking. The gasket was leaking on it, so I had to replace the thermostat and the gasket. So that's where it was leaking from. So it's fine. It's all good, my friend. It's all good. There is no more leak. Okay, there we go. God damn it. Did you drop and roll? No, I didn't. I never liked I never liked the way the deflector was put on, like an afterthought stuck on the ventral dome of the single nacelled ships. I always felt it was forgot about and just slapped on anywhere. Well, the thing is, they had to maintain that sensor dome, and that was the best way for them to do it at the time. They didn't think about incorporating it into the saucer, and I think it's fine. Everybody says they hate it. They hate it. I don't have a problem with it. It's actually on a thing so it can swivel and rotate. I've actually done a kit bash ship called the USS Holmes, which is my own design that has it on, but it doesn't block anything because there's nothing behind it. It's kind of like a Miranda-style ship, which I can't get down to show you guys. But that's okay. Wow, auto repair too. Yeah, I know a little bit of auto repair. I'm not much into it, but my brother-in-law came and helped me. We replaced the what the hell is it? Replaced the thermostat and the water pump at the same time, because the water pump, I blew a hole through the back of the water pump because it was an old one. But now I have a performance one, so we replaced that and the thermostat. Actually, on one of the hottest days of the summer, it was a brutal day. Good thing my driveway is in the shade, but it was still awfully hot. I meant that you guys and Axanar should get hired by CBS to replace Discovery. Well, that's not going to happen. I agree. CBS should have went and spoke to Axanar guys. Apparently, they did. They sent them quite a few warnings, but Alec says he didn't get them, so that's why they went with the cease and desist and got so harsh. Explain the pinups. Explain what pinups? And why do I have to explain pinups? I think they're pretty self-explanatory. I would love to see more pure science vessel fighters and civilian ships. Yeah, I would just like to see a bigger overall fleet. Oh, man. So we're coming up on an hour. Like I said, this was an impromptu chat. I don't know if I should wrap it up now or if you guys are getting bored at all. I don't want to bore you guys. The numbers have dropped a little bit. We're up to like 70 something. Now we're down to 63. So I'm boring some people apparently. I know Peter had to go to bed, so that's one of them. Oh, just dropped somebody else. So it's up to you guys. I could probably talk for a little bit longer, but there's always other stuff to do. But I love hanging out with you guys. It distracts me, gets my mind off of things, helps with my depression for sure. Yeah. So, CBS should have talked to experts before making Star Trek to try to understand the intricacies of the Trek universe. I totally agree with you, Nathan. What would think of a crossfield class with phase 2 nacelles instead of the chopsticks? Any other nacelles on the crossfield class would be good. The fact that you were doing auto repair explains why you have pinups like a typical... oh, okay. You do stuff. Good night, sweet prince. Hang around, cat. See, now somebody's telling me to go. Somebody telling me to stay. It's cool, Foley. I have housework I'm putting off. This is more fun. Yeah, me too. Exactly why I'm doing this. I got things I got to do around the house too. Ugh. But if I can distract you guys, and then when your wife comes home, you can be like, Captain Foley and Trekyards, they distracted me, and that's why nothing's done, so please don't hit me. You know. There's the D5 again. It's much like the D7, only a little bit smaller. And there you can see the upper phaser mounts there. I'm done work until January. Oh my god, that's awesome. Where do you see your Foley going in the future? Like, how do you see the Federation expanding beyond the class to the next step? Well, the Foley class, unfortunately, is a failed experiment. In my headcanon, they constructed 3 of them. Well, they constructed the Mark I and learned a lot from that. Refined it, came out with the Mark II, which they built 3 versions of the Mark II, all identical, but 3 different ships. And then they went with the Mark III. They moved the nacelle up to this saucer, like the Federation class, as the moving nacelle tended to be problematic, and in battle was a little bit slow and clunky to do its thing. So there's flaws with the design. So they made the Mark III, and then of course the refit version. I haven't really figured that into the storyline yet. It could just be a clean sheet computer simulation ship that they never built. I don't know yet. That's a good question. I don't know. That is a D7. No, yes, no, it's a D5. See? D5 War Cruiser. It's exactly like a D7 pretty much, but smaller. This is a Starfleet Battles ship, and there is a size chart for them. So you can see the D5. Let me see if I can find the size chart for you guys, actually. Hold on. It is in Trekyards. Starfleet Battles, Klingon. Yep, there is the size chart there. So open with photos. Wow, that's really small. Goddamn. So there's the F5 frigate, the C8 dreadnought, the D5 war cruiser. So there's the D5 and there's the D7. Different shapes at the back. I have to have a better resolution than this. Maybe I don't. God damn it, I thought I did. This isn't the... Why is there no Klingons? There it is. This one better? Maybe? Yeah, that one's better. There's a better resolution right there. I knew I had one. Alright, so there you go. There's the F5 frigate. The C8 dreadnought. Now this has a single nacelle on a lower boom right in the middle, which we'll see in the side view in a second. There's the D5 war cruiser, which is smaller than the D7, but very similar design. Stubbier neck, or stubbier boom section, different angles at the back, and of course you got the B-10 battleship, which is just a monster. And if we open this one, whatever. There we go. Yes, yes, yes. There we go. So there's the B-10 with its 4 nacelles, these stubby little ones. I'd make these bigger, and I'd change the shape of this, but it's a beast. There's the C8 dreadnought, which is like a D7, but with the 3rd nacelle at the bottom there. So when it boom separated, this section was warp capable as well as the rear. The D7 heavy cruiser, which we're all familiar with, and there's the D5 in comparison with that. And why is... sorry, my head was in the way. God damn it. Sorry, guys. And there's the F5. So Sorry, I was looking at the wrong monitor. I didn't see that my head was in the way. My apologies. Do you see your class as helping in creating the refit class of the Enterprise and ultimately the Excelsior, like they learn to do X so that it leads to Y? And then yes, yes, because my design is the Foley class is very late TOS era, like when Kirk's wrapping up his 5-year mission is when it's kind of rolling out. So that's why you see the impulse crystals on the impulse decks. You see different refit technologies starting to incorporate themselves in because they're starting to experiment with that kind of stuff. So yeah, absolutely. I'm going to write some kind of story about the ship and how it influenced future design and why it was never seen or built en masse. The B-10 is as big as the Dominion biggest ship. No, it's not even close. The Dominion's battleship was huge. The B-10 is maybe Excelsior sized. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, probably about the same length. More apologies from Canadian Trek guy. Misplaced head, sorry. Right? The biggest Dominion ships are bigger than they're much bigger than the Deredex. Yes, they're huge. I can't remember the numbers on them right now, and it's funny because I just wrote a script on one. So my apologies, but again, I'm apologizing. Starmate of the month. This is not a Trekyards pinup, by the way, guys. I'm not sure who did this. Actually, I am sure he's under my face. There's his name there. I can't really read the watermark, but nice. Yes, it is nice. Will Romulus be destroyed in the Picard show? I would think maybe they'll do that. I would hope so, because it is canon. I know it's 2009 Trek, but it did happen in the Prime Universe. Actually, I think the events that lead up to, or that start the 2009 movie happen about the same time that the Picard show will be taking place. So if so, that could really tie in very well with Picard being ambassador and, you know, Romulus being in tatters because of this, and yeah. The science officer is huge on the saucer, is small, yes. Did the Dominion have 3 big ships? The battlecruiser, your recent Eagle Moss, the battleship, and the planetary assault ship. That's the huge one. As far as I knew, they only had 2. And that's the battleship and the battlecruiser. And I always get them confused. Destruction of Romulus 2387. Picard showed 2399. Oh, okay. Well then, yes. It would still be pretty fresh. I mean, a decade, just over a decade. I would be fine with it being destroyed, personally. Humans, the hillbillies of the universe. The Orville. I'm looking to cosplay as an enlisted crew member, but I can't find any information on rank and uniforms. Could you please help? Not really. I don't know much about the ranks and uniforms. There's a lot of information online. I would say look up either in the Franz Joseph Technical Manual. You said you were doing TOS, right? Oh, it didn't say. Yeah, exactly. What era? There's lots of information online. This is an interesting picture. This is the Kobayashi Maru, or a version of the Kobayashi Maru, and it looks like a ghost and a runabout. Oh, it's just a great picture. Yeah, there's lots of Trek cosplay groups that I would definitely check out. So yeah, listen to Jamal. He knows what he's talking about. Hello, I'm a big fan of your show, and I just want to know when the Captain Foley coming inside its Star Trek Online and the Foley class. When am I playing Star Trek Online? I could have played that today, I guess. I will do a playthrough of it again soon and have everybody join me. That was so fun when everybody brought their ships in, and the Foley class will probably never be on there, obviously, because it's a 3NSL design and it's not licensed. So, and yes, his cosplay, or the cosplay, is for TOS. So I always figured that the Deredex was not that big in tonnage because of the negative space, and the ship was that way to help with cloak and singularity drive. Yeah, I think so as well. I don't want to destroy Romulus or Vulcan. Okay. Then we'd have to retcon the Prime universe, Romulus getting destroyed. It'd be a minor thing, but yeah, I see what you mean. Hey Cap, after watching Brightest Star, are you more or less optimistic about the new Picard series? I never really linked the two at all, so I'm just still hopeful. I'm still optimistic. But I never thought when I was watching Brightest Star or afterwards that I never even thought about the Picard series in relation to it, so. I always thought that the Romulan Derridax was so large in an attempt to leapfrog the Klingons, Vorcha, and Federation galaxy that it ultimately failed to surpass them, only equaling them. Yes. Kobayashi, was that based on something that happened in canon? There was a ship that ran into a no-win scenario it was based on. Kobayashi Maru is pretty universal in canon. Even in the 2009 film, we see the Kobayashi Maru on the view screen of the Kobayashi Maru scenario for like 2 seconds, and Eagle Moss has done a great ship of it. It is a canon event that happened, as far as I know. It wasn't just made up for the scenario. But don't quote me on that. I have to look into it and research it. If Vulcan got destroyed, that means we would have no Tuvok, Sabak, or Polaris. Well, we won't in the JJ verse, but that's the JJ verse. It has nothing to do with the Picard series because it doesn't happen in that universe. So that's totally unrelated. And we could have any of those people if their parents were off Vulcan at the time. We need a Women of Trek show. Just look at those nacelles. Yes. My headcanon, I was the Defiant. It's taken apart to learn how to make the weapons and that level of tech. Yes. Alright guys, it's been 1:07. I'm going to go. Christian is home. He's doing stuff upstairs. I gotta see what's going on. I think I gotta let the dogs out too. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for everybody that super chatted, everybody that joined me just to watch and listen to me babble about nonsense. I appreciate it. I really do. You guys are awesome, and I love hanging out with you guys. I can't say that enough. You guys really help with my depression. You help me get through things. You give me something to do. You give me focus, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much. And I will let you guys go. I will talk to you again very soon. I'll probably do another live this week, maybe later in the week, from the live auction, and we will go from there. So anyways, thank you to all who joined me. I really appreciate it. I didn't expect to get this many for an impromptu live chat, but again, you guys are fantastic. So talk to you soon, and I have no end credits, so it's just going to end. So that's just the way it is. Right? I don't even know what to say. Bye, guys.